Weather News Bulletin Atlantic. Good evening to all our viewers tuning in to today's weather news program on our channel. We are delighted to accompany you in this special broadcast dedicated to meteorological conditions across the Caribbean and the Atlantic, where in recent days we have witnessed unusual developments, from prolonged heavy rains causing flooding in many cities, to the risk of a new tropical cyclone forming over the Atlantic Ocean. Today is Friday, marking the transition into the weekend when people hope for calm and pleasant days with their families. Unfortunately, the weather is not cooperating, as numerous countries and territories in the Caribbean are enduring torrential downpours, with flood alerts issued in many places. While offshore, the U.S. National Hurricane Center has just released an update, raising the probability of tropical cyclone formation to a concerning level. In the next 30 minutes, we will take you through a comprehensive picture of weather across the region, from Central America, Jamaica, Cayman, Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, Cuba, and the Bahamas to Bermuda and the Eastern Island chains, while analyzing the risk of new cyclone formation and rainfall forecasts for the coming days. Central America and the Yucatan Peninsula. We begin in Central America and the Yucatan Peninsula, which have experienced a tense and difficult day due to floods. In Belize, particularly in Belize City and coastal districts, hours of persistent heavy rain have turned streets into rivers. Vehicles struggled to move, and many households had to cope with water flooding directly into their homes. Local meteorological data showed daily rainfall between 70 and 100 millimeters, with higher amounts in some locations, enough to trigger widespread flooding. From Chetumal to Corozal and the offshore islands, heavy rainfall was reported. Belize authorities have issued warnings, urging residents to limit travel, especially in low-lying areas and tidal flood-prone routes. Neighboring Guatemala and Honduras also faced unsettled weather. Major cities like San Pedro Sula and La Ceiba saw continuous downpours and thunderstorms. On the Yucatan Peninsula, Cancun and Cozumel, world-famous tourist destinations, were also hit by sudden storms, disrupting outdoor activities. Images from locals showed tourists taking shelter inside resorts while streets were partially submerged. Jamaica and Cayman Islands. Turning to Jamaica and the Cayman Islands, conditions were calmer overall. Jamaica remained relatively quiet today, with only scattered showers along western coastal areas like Montego Bay and Negril. But meteorologists warn this calm is temporary. Starting this weekend, rain will likely increase as moist air moves in from the Western Caribbean. Residents in Kingston and Spanish Town are advised to prepare for more frequent thunderstorms beginning Sunday into next week. The Cayman Islands, meanwhile, experienced afternoon thunderstorms with hot and humid conditions. Daytime heat indices exceeded 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 degrees Celsius, in some locations, leaving many residents uncomfortable. The showers were not sufficient to bring relief, and the oppressive humidity is expected to persist for several days. Eastern Caribbean, Lesser Antilles. Moving to the Eastern Caribbean, the Lesser Antilles are being directly impacted by a tropical wave. This region often experiences such atmospheric waves pushing in from the Atlantic, carrying heavy rain and gusty winds. Today, nations and territories including Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, Barbados, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent all reported extended thunderstorms. Some areas recorded more than 50 millimeters of rain within just a few hours. Trinidad and Tobago's Meteorological Service issued a Level 1 flood alert, warning residents to take care when traveling through hilly or riverside roads. In Barbados, thick cloud cover persisted from early morning, followed by widespread heavy rain and lightning by the afternoon. Satellite imagery revealed towering convective clouds, indicating abundant moisture and strong atmospheric energy. Wind gusts reached 25 to 30 miles per hour, creating difficulties for marine activity. Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands and Hispaniola. Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands also faced significant rainfall today. Western and inland Puerto Rico saw long-lasting heavy showers. Meteorological authorities issued flood advisories, with rainfall totals between 2 and 3 inches, higher in some spots. Cities such as Arecibo, Mayagüez, and Ponce were heavily affected. Slow-moving storms in the southwest exacerbated flooding issues. The Virgin Islands, including St. Thomas and St. Croix, had lighter showers today, but forecasts suggest increasing rainfall into the weekend as Atlantic moisture drifts westward. The situation is most concerning in Hispaniola, shared by Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Both countries reported severe thunderstorms covering large areas today, with storms moving slowly from east to west. The risks of flooding and landslides are elevated, especially in hillside or riverside communities. Authorities urged residents to avoid risky travel, prepare for possible evacuations, and remain alert. Cuba, Bahamas and Bermuda. Across Cuba, thunderstorms swept nearly the entire island, from Havana in the west to Santiago in the east. Persistent downpours flooded streets and disrupted daily life. Residents described widespread inconvenience as transportation and business activities slowed. The Bahamas also endured stormy weather. In the Northwest Islands, Grand Bahama, Andros, and Abaco, heavy rain fell repeatedly, accompanied by lightning and strong winds. The southeastern islands, including Anagua and Caicos, also saw scattered but intense downpours. Further north, Bermuda faced continuous rainy days. Forecasts show heavy rainfall, possibly with thunderstorms, will persist into early next week, directly affecting daily life and tourism activities. Tropical cyclone formation risk. Beyond these widespread storms, the most notable development today is the risk of a new tropical cyclone forming in the Atlantic. According to the U.S. National Hurricane Center, a tropical wave just moved off the West African coast and is traveling westward. Though currently weak and battling dry air and vertical wind shear, conditions are expected to improve in the coming days, allowing for potential development. The NHC raised the 7-day formation probability to 40%, shown as an orange X on maps. If it strengthens, this could become the next named storm of the season, possibly Gabrielle. Forecast models disagree. The American GFS suggests only weak development, with the system curving northward and dissipating over the Atlantic, a so-called fish storm that avoids land. Meanwhile, the European ECMWF indicates a stronger system with a track edging closer to the Caribbean. Though still turning northeastward, other scattered signals hint at possible development later next week in the western Caribbean or Gulf of Mexico. But confidence is very low at this range due to rapidly changing atmospheric conditions. Short-term outlook. In the short term, heavy rainfall remains the main concern across many countries and territories. Central America and Belize, another 75 to 100 millimeters of rainfall over the weekend, raising flooding and landslide risks. Jamaica and Cayman, increasing rain and thunderstorms from Sunday into early next week. Cuba, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, persistent heavy thunderstorms with high flood risk. Bahamas, Northwest, frequent heavy rainfall through the weekend, easing slightly by Sunday. Lesser Antilles, Dominica, Guadeloupe, Martinique, direct impact from the tropical wave. Heavy rain this weekend, tapering early next week. Bermuda, steady rains continuing at least 3 more days. ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, Curaçao, currently sunny, but morning showers expected to return Sunday. Closing remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, the weather picture across the Caribbean and Atlantic in the coming days remains highly complex. Widespread regions are under the grip of prolonged storms, while offshore, a new tropical cyclone may soon take shape. Residents are urged to remain vigilant, closely follow official forecasts, and prepare for possible flooding, especially in coastal and mountainous areas prone to landslides. That concludes today's weather news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Please remember to subscribe to our channel and share this program so more people can access these important updates. We will continue to bring you the latest information on the Caribbean and Atlantic weather situation in upcoming broadcasts. Goodbye, and see you again soon.